when you're collecting this Majolica, some of the other considerations besides chips and cracks to think about when you're purchasing these pieces is the discoloration that you're going to find. And there is going to be discoloration in varying degrees on these pieces because they are early, they're very porous and very dry, and they take in all of what's around them. An example you can see here in this shell is there's crazing going on, but it's discolored because the glaze is broken down and this dark surface underneath that just can't be washed off, which isn't, for a piece this age, is not bad. The bottom looks very clear. There's crazing and some discoloration, but that does not take away from the piece. This is a really nice piece if you wanted to invest some money. This is a good one to think about. Here you can see a little discoloration too. This is crazing on the bottom and really wear around the corners of the bottom of the piece. This doesn't take away from the piece at all. This is not a problem at all with a piece of Majolica that's this age. So you're going to find on the inside too, there's some discoloration from use. They actually use these pieces. So there's browning inside there, which doesn't at all take away from the piece at all. Whereas if you take a look at this leaf design and you look at the back, you can see where the glaze is totally broken down. It's very porous and it's absorbed all the dirt and whatever debris that has accumulated, and that won't come out. You can bleach. There is some bleaching techniques you can use to lighten this, but the piece is really porous. So you be careful when you make choices on picking especially leaf patterns like this with discoloration like this is not the most desirable thing to buy. So there's degrees of discoloration. This on the scale of being some of the highest degree of discoloration, as opposed to something like this with less discoloration and much more desirable. So something to think about when you're buying a piece.